Hello, everybody, and welcome. It is Monday. It's Easter Monday, and Rahiel Radhakrishna joins me to take me through his selections and also have a look at the Ghostryder selections for a Greyville meeting that is not easy, let me tell you that. And I know that because I've seen both Rahiel's selections and the Ghostryder. Some races they agree, others you'd think that they're studying different race cards, and that gives you an indication of the open nature of Greyville. But Rahiel, it's great to have you back on. I must say that viewers enjoyed you last time, and you're back for a second crack. Most importantly, Mom enjoyed you, so you're okay.
Yes, hi Neil. It's good to be back. Hope all the viewers had a good Easter weekend. And yeah, my mom did enjoy me, and hopefully I can, guide the viewers in the right direction.
Well, we've got that comparison between yourself and the Ghostryder, and I think you need that because these Greyville race meetings are pretty tough and very open, and today is no exception, plus big fields.
Yes, definitely. I mean, you could be in for a few results, and the exotics could pay really well today.
Just before we get on to the Greyville race meeting today, we were chatting off air about the classic performances of two horses on Derby Day. Well, in the case of the filly Oaks and War of Athena and Malmus, you were saying you were both pretty impressed with.
Yes, definitely. War of Athena, she ran on really well, and she traveled so well. You would think with that pace that maybe she would have been off the bridle a bit, but even when Sparkling Water challenged her, she just continued, and it was an easy win. I mean, Muzi had he held her hands down at the line, so it was a very good win. And Malmus, I mean, I thought maybe he could be vulnerable, but he showed his class and he won a really good race.
Yeah, both of them didn't show any cracks in their armor at all, and very impressive performances. It does open a debate, of course, which I think we'll probably have on Clocking the Gallop. Some of our viewers have already sort of given their opinion, saying that these Triple Crowns on the Highveld are too easy to win, which is a strange thing to say, I suppose. But I get the point, because we've now had Igugu, Cherry on the Top, I think it was, and War of Athena, and one other, which I should know and have forgotten. Summer Pudding, obviously. So that's four in relative quick succession. And I do get the point that some people are saying we should now, going forward in South Africa, and hopefully get more unified between Gold Circle and the new dispensation up here in Johannesburg, have the first leg of one single recognised crown down in Cape Town, a second one in Durban, and the third one in Joburg, or second one in Joburg, third one in Durban. But and then really pump in the money to see if we got a triple crown. And in fact, Mike de Kock's on record in our interview saying exactly the same, saying that would be a real test, because you're talking about different altitudes, you're talking about different racetracks. And he's probably got a good point. But anyway, that debate is for another day. Let's get on to today then, Rahiel, and into the first race straight away. Now, I've got a couple of slides to share with our viewers, and that's why I was a bit late this morning, because I was typing up both yours and the Ghostryder. So I'm going to start with the Ghostryder and have a look in the first selection, 4126, but you are quite similar from what I recall. What did you tip in this race?
I went 4125 in this race, yeah.
Well, there you go.
I thought, Mkumazi should be hard to beat here if you look at the run behind Winter Smoke last year. So I think this horse should go very close and should maybe win, And obviously, Lady of Lutia, who is the bookie's favorite. This horse just can't seem to crack that maiden. And I mean, you have to respect it with Anton Marcus back aboard. And then there is this horse Megan, who I think is some decent value at 12-1. And then obviously I went for number 5,000 Whistles. But for Quartet, I'm sure there are a few more that you have to include. But from a win perspective, I think Mkumazi should be good enough.
Okay, yeah, this race, by the way, is off at 5 minutes past 12. That's when racing starts today. It's a maiden plate, fillies and mares over 1,400 metres. And that's what we're going to be involved in the first race of the day. I just want to go straight to Rahiel's selections, because what you'll be able to see is the comparison in that first leg, and also one of his value bets. So Ghostryder went 4-1-2-6. Rahiel's gone 4-1-2-5, which is very similar. And certainly the box trifecta would be 1, 2, and 4 for both of those tipsters. But the reason I've shown your tipping page this early is that your value bet is in that race with number 2, Megan.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. I think the source has got a good draw. If you look at its last, 4 runs, only had a decent draw in its second start, and that was in penultimate start. That was in yielding conditions at Scottsville. So I think back to Greyville, sure, it should be good, and the true draw should be good to help the horse get in a striking position and hopefully, challenge.
Okay, let's move on to the second race. This is going to be another maiden plate fillies and mares over 1,400 meters in another big field. Go to the post, and the anti-post betting was suggested at 3-1 the field, which is an indication of how open this race meeting is, or this race is in particular. Rahiel, what did you take us through your selection here?
I went for Essence here. I thought Candice Dawson, she's absolutely smashing it when she's coming down, and I think this Essence horse could be the next winner on the card for. This horse is drawn well, but Luke Ferraris, who's in fine form, and I think this horse should be very hard to beat in this race here.
Okay, so you've gone for the results that we saw. I just want to bring up the Ghostryder. He's gone 3, 13, 4, and 9. 3, 13, 4, and 9. This is not the first leg of the PA, of course. This will be the first leg of the bipot. So he's gone 3, 13, 4, 9. But there's no value bet or nap bet for him there. Your selection, and I want to go straight to that and just share it, 3, 13, 4, 9 is what the Ghostryder's gone for. You've gone in your selections for 3, 13, 4, and 1. So again, very similar.
Yes, definitely. And I think the trifecta could be 3, 13, and 4 there again. With maybe you could take a quartet with 1 and 9 for 4th.
Okay, so, and your best bet there is Essence.
Yes, definitely. I think this horse should be very hard to beat. And especially, I'd rather get the best bet out the way now because it's some competitive racing later on in the card.
Yeah, no, I agree with your logic there, because it starts to get tough, and as we'll see with the comparison of Rahiel and the Ghostryder selections, they start to wander away from each other. But in the first 2 races, they're identical, same trifecta boxes in the first 2 races. Okay, that, by the way, from a bipot point of view, Rahiel, you'll be happy to bank the 3 in the bipot.
Yes, definitely. The 3 horse, I don't think it could miss out the first 2, let alone, not win. So 3 horse for me.
Right, let's move on to the first leg of the place accumulator, and Rahiel's PA is at the bottom of the card there. And he's gone 4, 5, 9, and 11 in the first leg, which is an indication that although he likes 4 to beat 5, he doesn't necessarily trust either of those 2, because you've gone fairly wide in the PA. So take us through your selection of 4, 5, 9, and 11.
Yeah, I'm going with the 4 horse Giuseppe Song. I think this horse showed some decent improvement last time out on the poly tracker and third, and got the 4 kgs back. 4 kgs off its back again, especially in joke where I'm sure this apprentice would have some confidence, as he won his first race last week on quick start, I think it was.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'd have some confidence and he'd ride a good race. And then there is Decorated, who last time out went over the 2,100 meters on the turf. And if you look at it at the 300-meter marker, it didn't have much running room, where Mystery Boy found the gap and came through to win. So I think this horse should run well back over the 1800. This horse should run well. And last time I was on the show, I went for Raise a Hallelujah on that day, but he obviously got scratched. So I think he should give a good account of himself. The wide draw, it shouldn't be much of a concern over the 1800. And then Fist of Fire, who ran on really well last time out over the 1600. So this horse should give another good account of himself with Anton Marcus aboard. So I think those 4 for the PA for me, they should be good enough.
Okay, so interesting. You've gone 4, 5, 9, and 11. The Ghostryder has gone 2 horses first and second that you haven't got in your first 4. And that's why I said earlier on, it's amazing that the first 2 races you've seen are identical. The next
Yeah.
leg, the first leg of the PA, you've only got the 1 horse in common in your PA because you've gone 4, 5, 9, and 11. He's gone 2, 7, and 9. Now, to me, that shows you the open nature of the race. And the Ghostryder's gone 7 and 2. Just your quick comments. Have you got your card there and what you made of his 7 and 2 there? Have they got any chance at all?
I think they do have the 7 horse. You obviously have to respect Lyle Hewitson is riding for his dad. But if you look at its last 3 runs, it had the 4 kgs off its back, and now it's carrying 60 instead of 56. But obviously Lyle Hewitson, that is a plus on the side. But and then the 2 horse Seattle Beat just showed some good improvement last time out. Behind Secret is Ours, who we saw run second yesterday. It was. So I think possibly could run there, but needs to confirm that improvement, obviously. And if you look at the first run on the turf, it wasn't the best of runs, running 11th, 15th lengths off, but could be there about in a very open field.
Yeah, as you say, very open field. So there's confirmation of the Ghostryder. He's gone 7, 2, 9, 11. The 2 common horses from a PA perspective that they've got in the first 4 are 9 and 11. So I'm thinking maybe I just go 9 and 11, and then hopefully half of the Ghostryder's right and half of Rahiel's right, and I get to double up. But it just shows the nature of that race. Okay, the next race, I'm going to keep it on before I put your selections on for race 4. Let's stay with the Ghostryder selections for the first leg of the pick 6. He's found this race his value each way bet, which is the 2 horse. He's gone for the 2 to win. And in the PA, he's gone 1, 2, and 3, although the order is 2, 1, 3. So first of all, let's start off with his value bet. Do you concur? Do you give it a chance?
Yes, definitely. That's actually my first selection as well. I think Tiliangus could run well. He's drawn really well. Richard Puri is up, carrying only 58. So I think this horse could run well over the 2,000 meters.
Okay, well, that's good. So there's some comparison there and some agreement between the two. So let me go to Rahiel's selections. And he's gone exactly that. He's gone the 4 to win. The 2 to win, 2, 5, 12, and 6. We're into race 4, 2, 5, 12, and 6. Take us through then your additional one. So you've gone for Tiliangus to win, but then you're on 5, 12, and 6.
Yeah, I went for the 5 horse because last time out, Warren Kennedy thought that this horse should go very close, in the run out the maidens. But he disappointed a bit, finishing 6th. But he's only carrying 53.5, going over the 2,000 meters. So I think this horse is a runner, Jack in the pot. And considering he's a 3-year-old, so there's much more improvements to come from him compared to some of the other horses. And then I went for the 12 horse, which is Run to Denmark. This horse is really running well at the moment, super consistent. The wide draw is just a concern, considering this horse likes to run up from up there. But if overcoming the draw and getting an easy lead, this horse could run really well. And then the 6 horse, the Appeal, last time out, ran on the turf over the 2,000 meters, ran well, beaten half a length behind the Great Affair, and only carrying 54 kg. So I think that horse should run really well. But once again, this field, sure, there's so many horses that could win this race. It's very, very open. And from a PA perspective, maybe if you want to go even wider, you could add the 11 horse Origami and the 13 horse Truly Wicked, who's running really well at the moment also.
So wide open race, and well, if I compare, as I say, the Ghostryder, he went 1, 2, and 3. You've got other horses in the PA, so that tells me again another trappy leg of the place accumulator. We're going to move on to the next leg, and I've got the Ghostryder selections up here. Now, here is some similarity, because I know you like the 4, and he likes the 4 enough to tip it second. So let's quickly go through the Ghostryder selections. He's gone 9, 4, 3, and 5. This is race 5 we're looking at, which is the first leg of the jackpot. So the Ghostryder's gone 9, 4, 3, and 5. So remember those, and in the PA he's gone 4 and 9. I want to show you Rahiel's selection because he likes the 4, not the 9, but nevertheless there is some common denominator there because you've gone the other way around, 4 and 9. Now that I like because it means he's got 9 and 4, you've gone 4 and 9, and you like them both. So I think if I went 4 and 9 in the PA, if the punters went 4 and 9 in the PA, we should be okay, hopefully double up. But you slightly prefer the 4 over the 9.
I feel the horse is overdue for Chupelo Honey is overdue its second career win. Last 4 starts it ran second, drawn 4. Sereno Mudley is riding well at the moment. I think this horse should go very close to winning and break in and get in that second win under the belt. And then the 9 horse Maria Carolina, this horse has dropped in the ratings, has come really down in the ratings, and this horse runs well over the course and distance. And if you look at last time out, it ran 5.7 lengths behind Fire Fairy on the poly track. I think you can ignore that run. It's back on the turf now. Should run well, considering that it's down in the ratings, still a 3-year-old. So I think maybe that's an exacta in race 5.
Yeah.
4 and 9.
It seems that way. 4, 9, 9, and 4. Both Rahiel and the Ghostryder like that. And there is more agreement in the next race. I'm going to stay with Rahiel's selections because another 4 pops up here, and this is a PA banker for you. So you've got banker 4, banker 4, 4 being in race 6 now in the 4th leg, and the Ghostryder is also banked at the 4, and I think that's his best bet on the card. So take us through your logic in that race, and I'll also confirm the numbers for the Ghostryder.
Yeah, I think this 4 horse, she's the keeper. This horse looks like this could be something decent in the making. Yeah, last time out won super easy over the 1200 meters. Cruise to victory. So I think this horse should be hard to beat in this race. It's gone up in the ratings, but I'm not sure if that rating could be right for this horse who looks really progressive. Sort of giving the green light. So I think this horse should go very close and could be hard to beat in this race, yeah. And then I went for the 1 horse Umzunduzi, who's running well at the moment. Hasn't missed out on the first 4 in its last maybe 7 runs. Sorry. Richard Fourie is up for Snake, drawn 1 on the turf, which where she's run good races. So I think this horse should give a good account of herself also. And then Maiden's Prayer, who this horse now has dropped in the ratings. I know Dennis Raya took this horse to the Cape. I think it was last season to run there, and this horse has dropped 18 points in the merit rating. It's drawn 6. I think this horse could also be a good inclusion if you want to go wider in terms of a pick 6. If you don't want to banker the 4 horse, you could add in the 6 horse who should run well also, and then included the 3 horse, no, the 7 horse, sorry, here and after with Anton Marcus aboard. It's good to see that he's stuck with the ride, and this horse could give a good account of herself also. Okay. But from a pay perspective, the 4 horse is good enough for me.
Yeah, and both of you agree with that. Both of you have gone 4 there in race 6, so that's good enough for me, certainly from a PA point of view. And both of you seem to be liking she's a winner with Ghostryder actually making it his best bet. Let's move on to race 7 now. We really start to get into dangerous territory here. Rahiel, I'm going to start out with your selections for Greyville race 7. And the very fact that you've gone 5 horses in the PA is an indication of how open you believe that is. Take us through your selection. You've gone 10, 12, 11, 1, but I think you better mention the 13 as well because you've got that in your PA.
Yeah, I thought this was a very trappy race. I know Mac 4 was feature race last time out. It ran in the politician stakes. I think it was behind Comedy Dung. It's drawn well, but I don't think this horse is a good thing by any means. So if you look beyond that horse, this race is wide open, and I went for the 10 horse Cavalieri, who ran a good race last time out. First run after some time and first run after Galdin also. So I think second run after Galdin, this horse should run well and could go very close to winning. I like this horse a lot, and it's run well on the turf. Nicholas Patel seems to be riding really well for MJ Odendal. They've struck up a good partnership. Draw 10 is a slight concern, but I think that this horse could be there and could be there at the finishing line. And then I went for the 12 horse, Desolate Road. I know this horse has come down in the ratings a lot from what it was, and he's just drawn 12, which over the 1400 could be a slight concern, but this horse could, last time out, he had the fastest finishing time, so he ran on really well. There's that horse, Desolate Road. Then I went for the 11 horse, Toltec. Well, I know he hasn't finished in the quartets in his last couple of runs, but I think this horse could give a good account of himself over this 1400. He runs well over the distance, and with Sereno Mudley up, he could run well. And then the one horse Mac 4 obviously included, and then Chatterton's Keeper, who is also running well at the moment. Not far off them. Just got touched off last time out behind Master of Destiny. This horse could also go close, but it's a wide open race, so you may have to include quite a few in the pick six.
Yes, I've got the Ghostryder selection up there. There is, I guess, one common denominator there, which is the 12 Desolate Road. You like it in the first three. So Ghostryder likes it second. He's gone for Mac 4 as his first selection. He's thrown in a 7 here. What is the number 7? He's got that in his PA because I've got that on the other page.
Green Light Heaven.
Give that any kind of a chance.
Green Light Heaven.
Oh, that's course, yeah, Green Light Forever is Green Light Heaven. Isn't that Gavin Van Sale, Warren Kennedy?
Yes, that is. I'm not sure what to make of this horse. I'm not sure, but I mean, from a pick six, if you like the horse, you should throw it in.
Okay, yeah, it's a wide open race. Okay, let's move on to race 8 now, and this is a fillies and mares handicap, 85 over 6 furlongs. And this time, let me start with the Ghostryder's selection, shall we? Just have a look at what he likes in this race. He's gone 9, 7, 5, and 10, okay? 9, 7, 5, 10. So his first choices are the two that he's chosen for the PA. So remember those 9, 7, 5, 10. And then I want to show you Rahiel's selections. 9, 7, 5, 10 he's gone for. That's the Ghostryder. And Rahiel has gone, stand by, 1, 3, 6, and then 7. So no sign of the 9 at all in your selections. And the 7 limps in a 4th place. So having had a lot of agreement early on in the card, race 8 you see totally different. Is that because it's an impossible race?
I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's a competitive fillies and mares 85 handicap. If you look at Martha George, those horses running well at the moment, should give another good account of herself. Then you look at Big Sky Country. This horse is a good 3-year-old, for Paul Lafferty. Has been running really well. And if you look last time out, it ran behind She's a Keeper. So if She's a Keeper is good enough to win the race early on, then Big Sky Country should go very close, Then there's obviously, I included the 6 horse here, Daiichi, for Dennis Ryan and Sean Veal. This horse runs fairly well over the course and distance. I know 61 kgs might be a bit much for this 5-year-old, but compared to what other rivals are carrying, but I think she could give a good account of herself. And then Hugs Accepted. This horse for the Peter Muscat, this horse seems a decent horse, has some ability. Anton Marcus up, carrying only 56.5, so I think you gotta give that horse a chance too. And then the Ghostryder went for the 9 horse Galactic Star. This horse, I mean, you have to respect it because it's a Cape horse for Glenn Cotson coming down. Would look for ours aboard, carrying 60 kgs as a 3-year-old compared to the other 3-year-olds who are carrying a bit less than her. So I think that might be a bit hard for her to possibly beat like the likes of Big Sky Country. And even like a 4-year-old Mita the George is carrying 59, so could be a hard ask for a 3-year-old to carry that 60 kgs, especially drawn 9s. So I'm not sure, it's an open race. So
Okay,
if you
so we have
don't
to bear
really
that in
fancy
mind. There's a
anything,
difference of opinion there. I see what you're saying. The Ghostryder, I've noticed already with the Ghostryder, although having said that, as we've discussed before, he seems to really like the Garth Puller yard. He frequently tips there. But now that the out of province horses have arrived, he seems to be going very much for those kind of yards, whether they be Vaughan Marshall or Glen Cotson. So we shall see. Okay, let's move on to the next race. Now, this race, if you thought there was no agreement in the last race, let me show you Rahiel's selections first, and then I'll update you. This is the last leg of the PA. You've gone 4 horses in race 9, and they are 6, 12, 3, and 11. So you start off, take us through your reasoning behind 6, 12, 3, and 11.
yeah, this is a one trappy race to end off the meeting. You over 1,000 meters for the fillies again. I went for Viso's Magic here, Muzi Yeni aboard. I know he didn't ride yesterday, so I'm not sure if he's gonna ride today, but I think you just have to check on that.
No,
But
I think he must have
nonetheless,
been celebrating. He must have been celebrating War of Athena. When
yeah,
we next ask Muzzy,
maybe.
we'll ask him how he was celebrating. I got a sneaky suspicion it wasn't cupcakes that he was celebrating with.
Most probably not. Most probably not.
But we'll give him a day off.
Sure, they would have
Yeah,
enjoyed
so
that.
I'm sure that. Well, I'm not sure. We'll see how if he bounces back today. But let's hope. Well, he deserves it. What a day for him on Saturday for Muzzy. So yeah, 6, 12, 3, and
Absolutely.
11. Carry on.
Yeah, I went for Viso's Magic. I thought this horse could run a good race. Yeah, you know, it's back on the turf where it's 1 from 1 over the course. Over the 1,000 meters, you can see this horse likes to run from up there. So I think this horse could give a good account, especially if Muzieni has it in the striking position, turning for home. This horse could give a good kick and go all the way to the line. And then a nice outsider that I like in this race here, Duchess of Cornwall. This horse prefers 1,000 meters compared to the 1,200 and the 1,400. Nicholas Patel and MJ Ordendal again. So I think this horse could run well, and this horse loves to set the pace. So as you'll see in the computer form, this horse is always first at the 400-meter marker. So carrying 57, he would have to overcome the draw if he's gonna have a there. So she might have to use a bit of petrol get in there. But I think this horse should give a good account of herself. And at 20-1, I'm sure you can't get hurt for an each way selection. And then I went for the 3-horse Ginger's Path to Glory. This horse ran well last time out, and it's only carrying 52.5 kgs with the Tubbs Kumede, drawn 3 compared to last time where it was drawn 14. So this horse could give a good account of herself. And then I went for the 11-horse Soiree with Richard Puri aboard. I think this horse has come down in the ratings nicely, and I think that second win shouldn't be far off. But this is it's a tricky race to close off the meeting. If you don't really fancy any of those horses, you might have to go even wider. Even the likes of Royal View could have a chance. Someone exciting, Anton Marcus rides. That horse has come down in the ratings quite a bit. So I think you'd have to include quite a few if you don't really have a solid first selection.
Okay, well, let's have a look at what the Ghostryder did. 6, 12, 11, 3 are Rahiel's numbers, and the Ghostryder, I'm also going to go full screen like I did on your page, so punters can check your PA numbers. We're back with Rahiel. Sorry, I shared the wrong one again. Let me just find where the Ghostryder is, because I don't think he went the same horses as you did. So you've gone 6, 12, 11, 3. So he doesn't like the 6 and the 12, but interestingly, as earlier on, there are 2 common denominators because you like the 3 and 11 in your 3rd and 4th selections, but he's gone 4 and 5. But I see his PA does have those 2 common denominators, 3 and 11. He's just thrown in the 4 for him. Take us through your impression of the 4. You give that a sneak, I suppose you will do in an open race.
Yeah, this horse has come down in the ratings. Prefers the turf compared to the poly track, as its 2 wins have been over the turf. And I see they put in the blinkers on this horse, and this horse hasn't had the blinkers before. So I think that could could maybe spark a bit of improvement from the
yeah.
6-year-old mare. Yeah. So I think this horse, you have to give it a mention, especially in this open race.
Yeah, so okay, so the Ghostryder, as I say, the common denominators are 3 and 11, but he's gone 4 for third and 5 for fourth. I don't like the race at all, and particularly if you can take bankers earlier on, particularly those fours in the third leg and the fourth leg, maybe take your chances there. As Rahiel said, you want to try and get your bankers in as early as possible. Just to sum up the Ghostryder selections, his value each way is the same horse that Rahiel likes earlier on, Tilly Angus. And then in race 6, again in agreement with Rahiel. So in a very open, tough race and tough card, they actually are not that unaligned. Just some of those very open races, which you'd expect, you've got to go fairly wide. Rahiel, thank you very much. It's not easy to go through that Greyville card, especially on an Easter Monday. Yeah, have a good day's racing.
Yeah, you too. I hope guided the punters in the right direction, and hopefully we can make some money on this Easter Monday.
Well, I've got a busy day, so I don't know if I'm going to be punting. I've got to go on the Premier League Today show that's based in the UK to talk about British football, which means I'm going to have to be reminded of Tottenham throwing again 2 points away late on against Newcastle. Okay, but it could be worse. I don't think Chelsea fans and Leicester fans are too happy.
Exactly. I mean, Chelsea 1-0 up and then lose 5-2. Shocking. Absolutely. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, I felt for Fulham yesterday, actually, because Fulham were 1-0 up. They were getting out of the relegation zone, and then they themselves lost. But that's the nature of football. There's lots of football tonight, by the way. So I'm sure punters will be punting on that. But Rahiel, good luck. Thanks very much for your time, and have a wonderful Monday.
Thank you, Neil. You too. Enjoy.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.